Okay, guys, I'm back. A couple hours later, actually. And I'm sitting here debating how I want to do this. We got that. It's dry, nice and dry. The reason why you want to wait for it to dry is because we're getting ready to put holes on this for our signatures. And yeah, you don't want that wet and trying to poke a hole because it's not going to be very good for you. So I'm going to start with this side, do this side, sit, and then do the middle last. Is what how I'm going to go about it. I usually have. Here we go. You really want to make sure, or don't, if you like a messier one. But you kind of have to with this one. I say don't, but then you have to. Contradicting myself, aren't I? Because I'm doing it like this. You know, if it's any old other signature and you have, empty space, then by means, don't make it perfect. Let it sit as is, and it just makes a nice, yummy, chunky one. And I think that's what I'll do with the second one over there, if I don't go buy more. If you are out of country and you are wanting one of these, I can check out how much it would cost for shipping, and if you wanted to pay the shipping and how much that costs, I would be more than happy to send it to you so you could have it, or if you're in another part of the country or something. Because they're available where I'm at. If I can help somebody, hey. Anyways. Right. Now, I am going to, this is a piece that I cut off earlier that fits these. What I want to do is fold it in half, and this, we're going to make some marks on it. I'm going to actually, okay, maybe. I'm going to use my crocodile, which is this, on the sides and probably the middle, because this is it's really hard. And I learned with these, it's more of if you don't hit a nice puncture hole and you do something like this and maybe a more slower. For me, it's a little bit slower to push through because it's really hard. It has a more tendency to tear. So that's kind of why I'm going with the crocodile on these. And it's easier on me. And you know what, guys? I have so many issues. I need all about easy. So, but for the signatures themselves, I'm going to be using this. Okay, so let's see if I'm going to have to. I know I'm gonna. Dang it! That makes me mad. I had a brain fart. I wasn't even thinking about. I was all worried about. You know, when you close the book, you're gonna have to have. Make sure it's not. I didn't even think about these. Me having to cut even more off because I am doing it on that side, you know. So maybe instead of doing that, this one we could do a glue. We can do a glue one on this one, where you know how I glue the pages like that, and then it won't have to be cut. That might work. You know what? Let's try that on this side, and if it works, we will actually just go ahead and take that apart and do it, and I'll leave the holes for like some danglies. It's all about, you know, figuring out what works, guys, especially when you're trying new things. And don't be afraid to try new things. So, what do we got to do to try that is, let me put this needle in my flower over there. And we could have maybe just totally wasted so much time. This is just it. You take it like this. And we've done the, what month was it? Was it September's journal I made was like this with file folders. So, okay. Alright, because it's going to be glued there. Okay, so we're going to start with this, and we're going to go with that. Since I have a base, I would rather start with this part. Then, yeah. Yeah. So, it'll be just like this. Now, I got to make sure we do glue it right on the line so we don't have any problems with the inside part. Let me double check. What is the issue here? Because even that on the line, no, it's fine. It looks fine. Okay. We're going to try it. Whew. I just use my glue sticks. I have found works great with this technique. If it's a technique. It's to glue your shit because you don't want to lose it. Remember, we're going this way. We're opening this way, so I'm really, oh, I wish I would have seen that art on there. I didn't even see it. And usually I'm pretty good at finding, oh, geez, while I'm putting my pages together to keep my eye out for little pieces on it that I might want to incorporate, you know, be fun to incorporate in a page. So, okay, let's go. It's the first one and the last one, I think, is about the hardest. But if you have a really thick one, it can be in the middle too. So that's gonna be. It's rubbing. Why is that rubbing on that? I don't get it. It's showing, and it's going to. We're gonna go with it. I know. We'll deal with it. So now this one is here. I'm gonna put. You put something down to keep it from getting gunky. The other pages, anyways. That's not long enough. So there we go. And this is a piece of the scraps. I'll just keep that for. I'll make sure to put it with like this because it'll be nice for a in between page. Keeping the pages clean. Use those scraps up for something, right? I think I might just stop and come back another day. I mean, Jesus. Just can't seem to get working. So you do the front of the one and the back of the other. Put glue on both of them, and then you just keep gluing them one right on top of the other, or at least try to as close as you can, because you don't want coming over on another side. Rub it, burnish it. As you can see, I was a little high on the one. As long as I'm not over more, I don't care. And that's what you're going to do. Alright, I'm going to do the rest of it. Alright, guys. I liked it so much. It worked out really nicely. I didn't have to trim it at all. It closes and it doesn't really buckle. So I think it'll be alright. So I went and cut those. I glued them off by themselves, so I can just, you know, boom, boom. But we still have these holes, so we need to do something with that. If you know you want to do something, but you don't know yet, you can just put your strings through and tie them off like that, and then they can be added later, or, excuse me, leave that part off until you decide. I already knew what I was wanting to put danglies on here anyways. I have, forgive the box. Sure, I love these, and only the milk chocolate though. I never liked them though until I got older. Maybe it's an old thing. Anyways, Bentley, if you have been with me for much time, you know about Bentley, and he's autistic. And if you also know, if you've been with me, he, even as a baby, not even 1 year old, he always had to have something in his hands. He always went with something, a security something. And up until, oh shoot, 5? Well, I think it was about 5. It was always rocks, okay? He would carry rocks with him everywhere. Little bitty pebbles, and oh my goodness. Anywho, we have switched over to little things. And he loves getting the Kinder eggs and things like that. He loves the opening and the surprises and stuff. He likes the experience, but not always does he like the little toys. Or he does, and then eventually, usually 90% of them, end up getting thrown away because he chews on them or breaks them or tears them up. I managed to save a few pieces, and a lot of them are little things. I'm going to have to drill a hole in that or tie around its neck. I haven't decided. There's a little hole there. Anyways, I have some little figurines. I'm going to use it because I've kept this. Belly broke the head off is on top of a pin. And I kept it all this time for I could use it in my art. Yes, all that time. Actually, that is pretty. That's in there. So I think I'm just going to end up tying that onto it. But anyways, I went around collecting my little areas. I know I have more little put off areas like I pick up. It's like every time I clean a house, really do one of my deeper cleanings, where I move furniture. We find, yeah, anytime I vacuum and there's like a pile, well, then I forget about those piles, or they get moved, or Bentley reclaims them a lot of times. So yeah, we got just some cute little guys, and I want to use them. So I think I'm going to have to get my dermal out. That one's got a hole in it. So that's straight got a hole. That can be used. This does not. So we're going to need a dermal. So I don't know what all I'm going to use yet. I love the little sea turtle. The cute orange. Anyways, I'm going to decide on that. And we're going to put some in. I was looking and getting out my little wiggly stuff, but I'm going to leave that for actually another little video because this is becoming a very long video. So I would attach this just like this side, and that would be good. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside for now. Now we're going to move on to this one. This one is going to be like all the other times you've seen me do most of my homemade journals, is this way. we got our thing. We put this in there. And then you put that on there, and boom. Okay? So, I am going to use the chomper here for that part, of course, but I don't want to use it for this, so I'm going to poke a hole in here for these. That looks perfect. Here's another way to do it. See how that ripped out? That's why I don't like the thicker papers do that, and that's why I really don't like it anymore when I make my own. Don't like how much a lot of the paper split like that, because you get a lot of leakage when it does. Alright, so I'm going to put that right in the middle here. Literally ram, bam, thank you, ma'am, in the middle. And I'm going to let me make sure we are in the middle of the book, though, of the spine. And make sure you push on there if we can get good mark, not like before. Oh my god, I don't know if I should take all that out or not. If I did, then you all are probably going, what is she talking about? Same way, you put that sucker in there if we can find it. There's no way to get a really good view of this, guys. And I know all kinds of people have done videos on a crocodile, so it's nothing new. But if you want to know about it, look it up. I only have one about me trying to use it the first time. It sucked, let me tell you. Just figuring it out. I'm not, like I said, learning stuff on camera, doing things on camera always trips me up a little bit. I'm debating. I'm just going to tie that. I don't care about what color that is. I should have kept that green. Where did that green go? Well, my goodness. Oh, la 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 la. I'm just going to grab this baker's twine and go ahead and use this. I normally wouldn't with... Yeah, I usually use upholstery, actually, is what I was using. I thought it was something else, but it ended up being an upholstery coat thread type of stuff, and it was awesome. I still have some, and I still use it. But I have a lot of baker's twine. So, and I do like the look of it on the spines and stuff, so. Yeah, I know there's all kinds of tricks out there, and I've even done most of them to get it put in. Oh, don't. But I still fight with it. So let's get this powder started. Okay, I don't want to go too... We don't need a lot. Oh, come on. There we go. When I do the second one, if I do the second, I was debating on making my girls. I thought about making my daughters something like this, you know, for a Christmas present. I will get there eventually, guys. But no. There it is. Come on. I'm thinking about putting, I have this cool material. This, it's the stuff that looks like, ribbon that looks like it has flowers on it. It's poofy. I love that stuff. I finally found some that was clearanced. And I bought, if you guys recall, I'm still in the I didn't get it done this year, but that's our first thing coming up in the new year is going to be a fabric journal. I'm not going to put it off any longer. We are going to, that's my new, we are doing it. That's what we're going to start on. It will be a long process. I don't know how much of it being sewing wise I'm going to be able to do on the camera. I haven't figured all that part out, but there will, you know. My thought of it is, let's not worry about it because I don't want to get you confused. And I'm going to actually almost right here, while I have this. This is just driving me crazy. And these two are making me mad too. This really kind of tore and so I'm going to take some of, maybe, my masking tape has ran off, so I'm wondering if Five Finger Bentley didn't come over. And I'm sure some of you, if you're new, you're probably going, well, lock your door. I art, if you haven't been out to, I art, it's in my dining room, living room area. I must be having some type of moment because I cannot get that to, there it is. Oh. It's just one of those days, guys. How horrible is that? Okay, I'm going to put it right on the edge because that just kind of, I'm not real happy with how it's, and you're probably going, why are you doing the whole thing? I don't. It's just me. I don't want the whole page. I want a thin strip. So what I'm going to do is put this right on there. I'm just going to run my finger there. I'm not going to do that thick. I want a, there it is, razor, not razor, this thing, utility knife. I'm just going to cut that like that. There you go. The way to do it if you ever have that. Now when I go to work on that page, I will end up gessoing it. I'm 99% sure of it. Either it will be gessoed or collage maybe. One or the other, so you won't even see that. Now, where was I at? I'm right here. Okay, so now we're going back up the middle. Getting the heck out of Dodge there, and you come up. This is, in my opinion, the easiest stitch, and I think it's one that a lot of people do. I'm actually kind of, looks weird here. Hold on a second, like got this where it pulled through. What the heck is going on here? I don't know. It's weird, really weird. When I came through, I pierced it weird. And now that wasn't wanting to come. So, put one on each side of that, and you just tie it off. You can put dangles from here. I haven't decided, like I said, I'm thinking about picking up some of that flowery stuff and putting on it. Because I like this part, but, you know, the rest we can mess with. I've been really trying to figure out what, I'm just going to leave that because until I decide what to do with it. So there's that one. So there we go. Actually, let me put this, we'll put it in like it would be. I'm thinking actually of adding a few more pages onto these because this is such a flat, it really is, flattens and it's very stiff, that I could probably put a few more in. This is opening like that because of that one. It's that watercolor mixed media paper. Usually I take and put some clippies on them to hold them down, and I didn't. Tonight I'll let it sit on, I'll put a book on here to make sure it gets nice and clenched. But it's still, even with it not being, it's still a nice little journal. So, I haven't decided yet. There's always room for more. I think I'll wait to decide because I am so heavy-handed on pages. it really is hard for me. I just want to add more. It's just how I am. And then I'm not able to art very well with it because then it's too chunky and I want to use these. So, there we go, guys. Now we need to figure out, we got to get this is what I'm talking about, and we need to put a couple holes right there. I'm only going to do 2 holes, and I am going to use I wish it was smaller, but it's not. I wonder if I could just barely go in there. Be nice if I could just do like a barely there one, Let me see if we can just, ooh, it is go through. Okay, I'm gonna kind of wiggle. Okay, did we get it? There's one. Okay, I guess I should be making sure that's where I wanted it, huh? I already got a hole, so that's where it's going. There. I'm having a brain fart. Let's get this done. I'm tired. Okay. Alright, we got the one. There we go. Okay, so there's that. I know where exactly I want the other one, right there. And you don't push, you just kind of push. But not, there we go. There we go. I'm just doing the 2. I don't think it needs 4 on there. Sometimes less is more. And you guys are getting a real good glimpse of my my hair, aren't you? You want green? Green will go okay with it. I also have the purple. Let's do purple. So we need to cut a piece of this. And sew that. Oh. Alright, now I will tell you I will do the full length version of this, and then I will also do a fast forwarded one just by double. That way I can do a voiceover to explain the steps, but be a lot quicker and probably clearer on certain things. There's a lot here. I will that video cut out. Okay, so I'm actually going to, weirdly, I'm going to come up from this way. I don't want that on the back. I want the back to be smooth, so we're going to go this way instead of like coming up behind. Because that's how we're going with it. We might have a problem. I don't know if that's what can fit in it. Shoot. That, oh my goodness, maybe. Oof, okay, there's that. Now, I'm gonna go in. Okay, I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna put that one right there. Nope. Right there. Nope, we're going the wrong way. Now, I'm going to actually go, I think, down it a couple times, truth be told, because I want to. I think it'd be good, too. So, let's keep it, we're going to do a really tight, now we're going to go right down. Come on. Oh, it's going to kill me. A little aggravating to try to do this. There we go. I like the big chunky buttons, but I don't normally have any, I don't use them. So I really like this idea. I'm good with that. I don't feel like I need to put a billion ones around it because, you know, I just don't see it. I'm going to tie it. Make sure it's nice and tight. I usually debated on sewing this to a piece of fabric and putting the fabric on there. Is what I actually thought I'd do, and it would have probably been easier, but I don't think it would have been as sturdy. So, and then this will not be like that. We can come up. This is going to need to be cut. I was debating on to put a couple something on it, but probably not, except maybe something right on top. So yeah, let's get rid of those. I thought about putting a couple buttons. I have some buttons from Mugsy, and I thought about doing, but this is going to be on there, so I don't want to do that. So just make sure it's really good and tight. Now that way you can make sure if you're ever worried about it coming undone, is take some glue and do a glue dot, some glue on it, and it'll just make that knot stick. I'm not going to do that yet. I will as soon as I'm done doing this. I am not a professional sewer or anything like that because I don't know how to do that stitch stuff or whatever. I'm going to slit a hole there and there we go. I might take a needle and thread and go around it a little bit, but I actually wanted to, and I think I will. After I cut my slit, I'll take it over and do some sewing on the edges. I should have done beforehand. I am not a pre-doer, so I screw myself when I come up with, ooh, I wanted to do that and I forgot. Alright, remember we want to leave some leeway here. Thinking like right there, see? If we put it right, I'm trying to just kind of stop it right there, that way I can kind of see how much leeway it gives, but not too much, so you could go like that. That's pretty good. It's not great though. I could maybe go out a little bit more. Like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to take, my Woody. Where are you going? Oh, we're going like right there. We're going to make your line. Make your line, gentlemen, make your line. These are my fabric scissors. We all have our fabric scissors that we say don't touch. That'll work. Alright, here we go. This is my professionalism. It's my sewiness. I will actually take it over there, like I said, and put, I'm going to do some hand stitching on it. I'm trying to figure out how to, there we go. It'll make it this hole easier. It won't be so hard to get loopied if I sew around that, it'll give it an opening. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. If I can do it. I might have done it too tight. Anyways, it'll look something like that. I'm thinking that needs to be a little looser. I may have to undo that. But it'll work really nice once it gets a little looser. I didn't glue it, so I'm hoping if I kind of pull on it a little bit. And then, like I said, after I sew around there, it'll keep it from fraying too. And there we go. It'll be cute. I'm not no way heckin' done. But see, if I pull it, see, it's loose. But if it gets fat, she can pull this way a little bit more. See? Awesome. I like it. I do think I might, I don't know. I like that though. It works. So I need to get a needle, sew around that, put my danglies on here, and I'm going to do my danglies on another video though, guys. So this is the basis of your journal, what you do with it. There we go. Of course, I will do, you know, Monday prompts. I will give a prompt for it. The rest of the time, it's just, you know, me. I art and share what I art, and if you get inspired by it, do it. If not, share what you're doing in that journal. It's, you know, we want to see. And let's have some fun, guys. This is going to be so cute. Oh, I'm so excited. Alright. I can't wait for you guys to see this. Next time, I will have the sewing done. And we'll make the beads, which will be tomorrow. Bye, guys!